Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. We've all heard the buzz about the healing qualities of cannabis, and today we're going to take a deep dive into all things CBD cannabidiol. There is a head-spinning amount of CBD products on the market, and many claims to go along with them. But what is the true difference between these products? And does one work better than the other, and why? I'll help you break down the facts and provide the knowledge you need to make an educated buying decision. Today, we're lucky enough to be sharing the expertise of Chris Butler, co-owner of Giving Tree Farms in Mendocino, California. A regenerative, full-sun, light-depth, and automated greenhouse cannabis farm located in Mendocino, California, and part of the Hive Mendo Co-op group. Chris has many years of cultivation experience and has written this white paper outlining what CBD is and the different types available in the cannabis market today. So basically, what we're going to go over is hemp-derived CBD products and cannabis-derived CBD products. They have differences that can affect treatment efficacy for the patient. The plant source, hemp versus cannabis, the extraction method, full spectrum, broad spectrum, isolate, non-volatile, and volatile, and the integrity of the cultivation methods will provide different results, and the addition of other cannabinoids may improve the effectiveness of a dose. This synergy between the various cannabinoids and terpenes is known as the entourage effect. With the assistance of scientific research, we explore the empirical data that distinguishes the difference between these treatment options and their effectiveness in certain settings. Number one, hemp-derived CBD versus cannabis-derived CBD. What's the difference? The genus Cannabis has 3 species: sativa, indica, ruderalis. Though there are still debate as to whether the species indica could be considered a subcategory of sativa or its own category altogether. While cannabis can be either of these categories, hemp is only a sativa species. It is not its own category of cannabis. Hemp has a low concentration of THC, less than 0.3%, and is considered federally legal since the passing of the 2018 Farm Bill. Therefore, CBD products you find in grocery store shelves or in states where cannabis is illegal are derived from hemp, not cannabis. If CBD is derived from cannabis, a store needs to have a specific license to sell it, regardless of its total THC content. Hemp-derived CBD products cannot produce the high commonly associated with cannabis due to its low levels of the intoxicating cannabinoid THC. Hemp has a less diverse chemical makeup, making other cannabinoids and terpenes limited in current hemp strains. Hemp has been used as a resource for textiles and an edible plant, and in recent times, hemp fibers have been used to produce bioplastic and antibacterial agents. Moreover, the trichomes are considered as biofactories of phytochemicals with multiple biotechnological applications. Whew, that's a mouthful. Cannabis-derived CBD is more often used for medical purposes in recent years because of the addition of other valuable cannabinoids. Cannabis has a more robust collection of cannabinoids and terpenes than hemp because it has a large concentration of resin, the sticky residue found on the plant's flowers and leaves. While this resin is found on hemp plants as well, the intensity is significantly less. Research has pointed to increased therapeutic potential when CBD is combined with other cannabinoids and terpenes. Again, this synergy is commonly referred to as the entourage effect. CBD is one of the many powerful cannabinoids found in hemp and is known for supporting the body and mind in a multitude of ways. CBD is markedly different from THC, or tetrahydrocannabinol, the compound found primarily in cannabis that is a psychoactive agent and accounts for the high described with regard to cannabis use. Point number 2, full spectrum, broad spectrum versus isolate CBD, non-volatile versus volatile. Full spectrum refers to a full extraction of all cannabinoids from the plant source, combining the minor cannabinoids and the terpenes in the CBD dominant extraction. Broad spectrum removes THC and other impurities during the extraction process, but leaves the other cannabinoids and terpenes. Isolates refer to isolating the cannabinoid, in this case CBD, and removing all other compounds. Because there's a higher concentration of CBD than other cannabinoids in cannabis compared to hemp, it requires a larger quantity of hemp to produce the same amount of CBD isolate. The volume of the resin heads of the narcotic strains are more than 4 times larger than that of industrial hemp strains. Broad spectrum hemp oil also includes a variety of cannabinoids such as CBD, CBN, CBG, CBDV, and CBC. It's manufactured by a distillation process, which eliminates both THC and all other impurities, including fatty acids, waxes, and chlorophyll. Non-volatile and volatile extractions refer to the use of particular solvents to extract the CBD, other cannabinoids, and terpenes. Volatile methods of extraction use butane, propane, hexane. Non-volatile methods use CO2, ethanol, water, food-grade dry ice, cooking oils, or butter. The difference between these two classifications boils down to the production of a flammable gas or vapor. If the extraction solvent produces a flammable gas or vapor, it's a volatile solvent. CBD isolates are identical regardless of their original source. However, hemp is a bioaccumulator, so if the crop was grown non-organically or with the use of chemical pesticides, hemp could absorb these toxins and they could be extracted into the final product. This contamination can cause safety issues and hurt the effectiveness of the product. Therefore, it's crucial to understand how the original plant source was cultivated. Always look for lab results to ensure the company you're buying your CBD oil from is being very transparent about the testing of their product. This is super important. If we look at the dose response curve, we notice that patients treated with CBD isolates produce a bell-shaped curve, meaning that higher doses actually show lessening returns. When we look at the full spectrum curve, we see a direct correlation between dose and response until a plateau is reached. However, CBD isolate, commonly used in experimental settings, like in labs, to prove results are a direct result of CBD rather than other compounds or their relation with each other. It's also widely used by those who want to avoid THC altogether when using CBD. Point number 3, the entourage effect. The entourage effect is believed to enhance the medical benefits of CBD. It refers to the synergy when cannabinoids such as CBD are combined with other minor cannabinoids and terpenes. Studies have shown that full-spectrum CBD requires a lower dosage than isolate, perhaps due to the entourage effect. Other studies have shown that epileptic patients treated with CBD complemented with other cannabinoids and terpenes had a better response to their treatment, and other patients reported fewer side effects. In animal studies of analgesia, pain, pure CBD produced a biphasic dose response curve such that smaller doses reduce pain responses until a peak is reached, after which further increases in dose are ineffective. Interestingly, the application of full-spectrum cannabis extract with equivalent doses of CBD eliminates the biphasic response in favor of a linear dose response curve, such that the botanical extract is analgesic at any dose with no observed ceiling effect. It's thanks to Professors Raphael Mechoulam and Shimon Ben Shabbat that we have taken notice to this effect. They saw that the inactive metabolites and other relative molecules enhance the activity of the primary cannabinoid, leading them to believe this is why botanical drugs often showed a better effect at treatment than when cannabinoids were isolated. The concept of botanical synergy has been amply demonstrated, invoking the pharmacological contributions of minor cannabinoids and cannabis terpenoids to the plant's overall pharmacological effect. Point number 4. So what does this all mean? The choice of hemp-derived versus cannabis-derived comes down to the patient's situation. If the patient resides in a state where cannabis is not legal, hemp-derived CBD may be your only legal option. Even still, these states have choices when it comes down to how the CBD is extracted. Isolate will require a precise dose to get the best results and may take a lot of trial and error to find the correct dosage. Full spectrum and broad spectrum will include other cannabinoids and terpenes, and based on recent scientific data, the contribution of these additional compounds could prove to be beneficial. The extraction method is something to consider as well for these hemp-derived and cannabis-derived CBD products. Based on the patient's history, choosing a volatile or non-volatile means the extraction may be relevant. For example, a patient who is a recovering alcoholic may need to avoid extracts that use alcohol as a solvent. If in a state where cannabis is legal, full-spectrum CBD might include higher than 0.3% THC, which, depending on your desired results, could boost your responses and even lower your necessary dosage. Another important point to keep in mind is that hemp is a non-regulated industry, and while cannabis is scrutinized and tested more than organic food. Again, I want to give a big shout out and thank you to Chris Butler at Giving Tree Farms for providing this deep dive into CBD from a highly experienced Mendocino, California cultivator. Well, that's a wrap for now, everybody. Please leave any questions in the comments below and let me know if there's a subject you'd like me to cover. Please like and subscribe if you found value in this video. Stay tuned for new weekly videos, and thank you very much for watching. I send you lots of love and positive energy. Have a beautiful day.